Let's go Broncos! Hold on tight, because what I'm about to tell you could change the entire course of our season. The Broncos may be 1-2, but there's a massive turnaround no one's talking about until now. So, before I give you all the inside scoop, I have a challenge for the true Broncos fans watching this. If you're the kind of fan who remembers the mile-high magic days, who never misses a game, even through disappointments and rebuilds, then hit the like button right now, and leave a comment saying, "Come on, Broncos, we're not done yet," because, if what I'm hearing is true, we're just getting started. Now buckle up, because everything is about to change. The Broncos just got a massive boost right before the Monday Night Football showdown with the Cincinnati Bengals. And I'm not using massive lightly. This is the kind of good news that can completely shift momentum in a season. The word bonus has never sounded sweeter, and Sean Payton used it repeatedly in his press conference, talking about 3 completely different aspects of the team. Let's break them all down. First and foremost, Evan Ingram is officially back. And not just walking around, not just listed as limited in practice, he was out there flying. After dealing with a concerning back injury, the reports we had over the weekend hinted he was ready to return. But seeing him fully participating and moving like a weapon again, that's a total game changer. Media wasn't allowed to report on his involvement in the walkthroughs earlier, but now we know it's real. He's back. Why does this matter so much? Because defenses have been hammering Denver with zone coverage this season, and what you need against zone is a smart, athletic tight end who knows how to find the holes, sit in the soft spots, and make himself available. Evan Ingram is that guy. He's not just a security blanket, he's a zone buster with elite after-the-catch ability. Just think back to that one preseason play with Jarrett Stidham where he accounted for a quarter of the Broncos' entire tight end production from last season in one snap. That tells you everything you need to know about what Ingram brings. And here's the cold truth. The drop-off from Evan Ingram to any other tight end on this roster is steeper than any other positional gap, including quarterback. Yes, Bo Nix has a higher ceiling than Stidham, but Stidham can step in and manage a game. That's not the case with Lucas Crowley yet. He's not ready to fill Ingram's shoes. Getting Ingram back might be the single biggest in-season boost this offense could get. And while we're on the subject of bonuses, Sean Payton dropped the B word again when talking about how this Monday night game allowed the team an extra prep day. Everything was pushed back by 24 hours, giving them an unusual but valuable mid-season reset. No media, no distractions, just a focused walkthrough. And this comes at a time when the Broncos are reeling after 2 heart-wrenching losses, games in which they never trailed in the fourth quarter. That's right, Denver has yet to trail for a single second in any fourth quarter this season, and yet they sit at 1-2. That's brutal, but also shows how close this team is to turning the corner. Then we get to another massive development, J.K. Dobbins. His impact has been nothing short of extraordinary. Sean Payton admitted he expected Dobbins to be good, but he's been way beyond expectations. Through 3 games, Dobbins already has just 1 fewer touchdown than Javonte Williams had all of last season, and he's nearly halfway to matching Williams' total yardage. It's not just about production either. Dobbins is mentoring rookie R.J. Harvey, taking him under his wing the way Mark Ingram did for him back in the day. That kind of leadership can change a locker room. Now let's talk numbers. J.K. Dobbins is the number 1 running back in the NFL when it comes to explosive run rate. Every 10 carries, he's popping 1 for 10+ yards. He's already at 120 explosive run yards, 4th in the league, and 54% of his total rushing yards are explosive plays. That's second best in the NFL. And yet, he's only had 11 carries per game. Why? Because the Broncos are being smart. This is a guy with a history of injuries. Keeping him healthy for the full season is crucial, and Payton is managing his workload like a pro. It's a gamble, but one that could pay off in January. Sean Payton didn't stop there. He used this bonus week to laser focus the team's attention on early down efficiency. It's no secret that Bo Nix has struggled on 3rd down, but when you're consistently staring at 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 11, it's a nightmare for any quarterback. Fixing 1st and 2nd down execution is going to be the key to unlocking this offense. And let's not sleep on the defense, because they're cooking. Denver currently ranks just behind Minnesota in overall pressure rate, getting to the quarterback on 44% of dropbacks. That's elite. Even better, they're not having to blitz to get there. The Broncos can generate pressure with just 4 guys, which is a massive advantage in today's NFL. Their pressure-to-sack ratio is among the best in the league, and their sack rate is 4th overall. It's not just about getting there, it's about finishing. One eye-opening stat. When rushing with just 4, the Broncos are pressuring opposing QBs on half of their dropbacks. That's insane, and it's going to matter this week against the Bengals, whose offensive line has holes on both edges. Nick Bonitto is about to feast on a left tackle who's giving up pressure on 17% of snaps. That's blood in the water. And if you want to know how dominant Garrett Bowles has been, he's allowing pressure on just 4.7% of snaps. That's one of the best marks in football. The guy went from holding penalties every other drive to locking down top-tier edge rushers. He's become a wall. The only concern? The left guard spot. Ben Powers is the weak link, giving up pressure at a higher rate. But otherwise, the O-line is holding strong. And one more wrinkle, the Broncos are using motion pre-snap less than any team in the league. Just 15% of the time. The league average is nearly double that. Why? Because motion mostly helps against man coverage, and the Broncos are seeing zone coverage almost exclusively. Bo Nix is seeing man just 13% of the time. That means defenses don't think he can dissect zone yet. But we know Nix is a film junkie. We know he is one of the best minds in football and Sean Payton helping him. The question now becomes, how quickly can Bo Nix adjust, identify soft zones, and punish defenses for sitting back? And it starts with the return of a player who might be the key to unlocking this entire offense, Evan Ingram. That's right, after a scary back injury that had fans holding their breath, Ingram is not only back, he's lighting it up at practice. This isn't your typical limited snap return. He's flying, cutting, and looking every bit like the elite tight end Broncos fans hoped for. For a team desperate for a spark, Ingram might be the exact weapon Sean Payton needs to crack open these suffocating zone defenses we've been facing every week. Let's be clear about what this means. Defenses have been blanketing the Broncos in zone looks, daring Bo Nix to beat them with patience, precision, and smart reads. That's a tall task for any quarterback, let alone a rookie. But Ingram, he's built to destroy zone coverage. His ability to sit in soft spots, catch in stride, and create yards after the catch is unmatched on this roster. He's not just another pass catcher, he's a cheat code. And when your backup options at tight end drop off as dramatically as ours do, this return feels like getting an all-pro dropped into your lap mid-season. Now combine that with the bonus of extra prep time this week. With the Bengals game moved to Monday night, Sean Payton used the extra day to its fullest. No media, no distractions, just pure football. The Broncos have used this quiet reset to regroup after two gut-wrenching losses, games where they never trailed in the fourth quarter. Let that sink in. Denver has not been behind at any point in the final quarter this year, and yet we're 1-2. That says two things. This team is close, and the margin for error is razor thin. This extra day might be just what Payton needed to sharpen that edge. And speaking of sharp, let's talk about J.K. Dobbins. He's not just good, he's exploding. Through just 3 games, Dobbins already has almost as many touchdowns as Javonte Williams had all last season, and he's halfway to his total yardage. But it's not just the stats, it's the efficiency. Dobbins is the NFL's top-ranked running back in explosive run rate. He's ripping off big gains at a rate nobody else is matching. Over 50% of his yardage is coming on explosive plays. That's not just production, that's danger in the backfield. And yet, he's only getting 11 carries a game. Some fans are asking why we're not feeding him more. Here's the truth, Sean Payton is playing the long game. Dobbins is a known injury risk, and the team is carefully managing his workload. If they can keep him healthy, come playoff time, he might be the difference maker that opposing defenses can't handle. And let's not overlook his leadership. He's mentoring rookie R.J. Harvey, creating a culture that's built to last. When veterans step up like that, the whole locker room gets stronger. Meanwhile, Bo Nix is under the microscope. He struggled on third downs last week, but let's not ignore the context. Nearly every third down he faced was 3 RD and 8 or longer. That's a death sentence for any quarterback. So, Sean Payton is shifting focus. This week, practice was all about early downs, first and second down efficiency. If they